Good morning. Welcome to day 8, Wednesday, August 20th. Base camp is set up at Young Lake, number 3. Heading out for a little adventure today. Sarah's gonna hang out, probably walk around the lake later. I'm sure she'll do some videos. It's like 40 degrees right now. The sun hasn't hit this side yet, so it'll warm up quick. And yeah, have a nice light pack today. And we're going to continue our off-trail adventures. All right, just kind of getting started on the way to Mount Conness. I decided to try a little different route, take more of a high route to get started, which has been great. But I need to get down in that valley where the trees are. So the topo map said this wouldn't be too bad, and it looks pretty good. So a lot of wildlife footprints up here, but sadly haven't seen anything. But keeping my eyes open. Okay, so I'm basically following this drainage down, avoiding the cliffy areas. And then we're gonna start climbing up here, I believe. So it doesn't happen too often, but being out here so much, every once in a while, spidey senses will tingle. Like there's wildlife nearby. They probably see me, I don't see them, but I'm definitely getting that like feeling. If you believe in that kind of stuff, I do. I feel like I'm being watched right now, but I can't see whatever it is. So it's been nice. I didn't like take the climbers trail from Young Lakes. There's like a pretty good climbers trail. I'm gonna hook up with it soon, but getting through some of this thicker brush here. A lot of game paths. Animals are so smart. They got me over all the stream crossings, rock hopping, passed through the thick bushes. So I should be hooking up with the climbers trail shortly. It's a nice little alternate route. Okay, you can see a little cairn there. We've connected with the climbers trail. That was a fun little adventure. Basically that flat meadowy area. I went across that and came down. That was fun. I might do that on the way back instead of going through the woods. We'll see. All right, now the real climbing starts. Okay, so we're slowly ascending on this like loose sandy trail, if you want to call it that. I think the problem I made last time I came here is I tried to gain too much elevation too fast, because you can kind of see where you're going. And it's just very loose rock all around. So I think the key for this section is don't try and gain too much elevation too quickly. Just kind of follow the contour. You'll see obvious footprints in the sand and the dirt. Just kind of stick with that. You want to go higher sooner, but don't do it. It's not any better. Just for a little perspective, popped out of Young Lakes and came up on that plateau there, that grassy plateau. Traversed that, came down this grassy gully, and now paralleled here along this pond marshy area. And now we're seriously starting our climb up there. So as you're making the climb, still a pretty gradual ascent, you're gonna come to like a running stream in their grassy area. Don't cross the stream, just start heading up. At first you might not think there's a trail, but it's just a lot of tight, switchbacky turns in the sand, and eventually you'll start seeing footprints and little cairns here and there. And basically we're making like these tight, switchbacky turns and climbing. You know, everything's pretty loose. This is Not going to be a whole lot of fun coming down, but just got to remind myself to take my time going down this because it's a mess. All right, it's 10 o'clock. We reached a little bit of a plateau. Our next objective is to get up and over this bump with the little snowfield there. All right, we're climbing above the snowfield, about halfway towards the next bump. All right, we're over the first bump, and now we got to get over this bump. All right, we got to get up to that ridge, hang a left. There's the summit. I don't know if you can see, but there's someone on the summit there.
So it's 11 a.m. and Brian just radioed that he's on the summit of Mount Conness, so I thought I'd give you an update. I'm sitting here by the tent, which is in the sun. I think the sun hit the tent around 9:30 or so, maybe. So I've just been outside with the sun to my back and it hasn't been too warm, but I might need to move soon because my legs are heating up. I'm just listening to an audiobook and working on my sock. So it's just been relaxing. I haven't seen anyone yet today. I'm trying to decide if I'm motivated to try to walk around the lake. The last time we were here, there was too much snow, kind of over that way, and I wasn't able to walk all the way around the lake. So I might do that. I think I'd have to put on my boots though. So we'll see. I might do that because this tent should be shaded by like 12:30, I think, 1 o'clock. So that'll be nice to have a bit more shade in this area. But yeah, so it's just been a relaxing morning and hopefully everything went smooth for Brian heading up to Conness.
All right, we're starting to make our way down from the summit of Conness. I didn't want to record much up there. There was another guy up there. We're just enjoying peace and solitude. So there's a couple of spicy sections on the way down. So I'm going to be putting the phone away. All right, we're done with the two spicy moves. One, you just got to navigate a short ledge system, but it's a steep drop off. And then the other one is just kind of pointy, sticky, pointy rocks. You kind of have to, especially on the down climb, just make sure you have your points of contact because again, you're right above a steep gully. So very fun mountain. I forgot how much fun this one was. Gonna slowly make my way down. I may check out the ridge over here for a minute before I start heading down. It's like a cool little spot. So the other guy up here, there's another way to come up here. I think he said it was Soldier Lake or Soldier Pass, something like that. It's only about 4 miles, I think he said. So if you ever want to try Lake Conness, you have a couple options, or Mount Conness, you have a couple options to get here. It's a really fun peak. So yeah, check it out.
Okay, it's 20 minutes after 11 and I'm gonna go on a little exploring and see if I can get across there and then make it around the lake. So we'll see what happens.
All right, so before we leave this amazing area, so the summit of Mount Conness up there just came down. I was trying to get a view of Roosevelt Lake. There it is, at least the southern half of it. So that's where Sarah and I were yesterday. And we crossed the outlet up right up there at the top. Somewhere right there we crossed. And on the other side of this big little outcropping is one of the young lakes. I don't think it's the one Sarah and I are staying at. I think it might be the first one, but that's over on this side. It's pretty cool right there. You can see it down below. And yeah, that's it. Just a lot to see up here. And pretty much right behind Young Lake, all the way in the distance, in center frame, there's another nice shot of Half Dome, all by its lonesome out there. Pretty cool. I don't know if you can make it out, but it says 1934. This was put up here for Conness. And there's these structures up here. I don't know what there was up here years ago, but something obviously. And I showed you some footage of the Conness Glacier coming down, and then to the left of the glacier are the Conness Lakes. Very cool. Just one more view of Roosevelt Lake from the top. Only getting about half of it. Way below the summit.
So I've been going for about 15 minutes. Our tent is somewhere over there. So I came down here. That was all nice and easy. But then the last little bit, it's all been boulders. So I'm just picking my way through carefully. I think I'm almost through the boulders. So I just made it around the hard part, the boulders there, and I can just see our tent through the trees there. So just gotta keep coming along this way. But there's a little herd path now, so should be pretty easy going. Success! I went around the lake. I just got back. It's just after 12. As I was coming back on the side of the lake, I saw a back like someone hiking, and so I went and chatted. And it's a day hiker. He's been staying in Tuolumne Meadows campground, and has been doing lots of day hikes in the area. So that was nice to chat with him. It looks like the tent is just about to get into the shade, so it'll be a little bit longer, and then I can hang out in there for a little bit. But it's been a beautiful day so far. Hot in the sun, cold in the shade. So it's good. Time to finish my audiobook and have a little snack.
All right, about to head down the scree part. Just have to take my time, but there is our lake. Number 3, Young Lake in the distance. There is the flat area I came across, and we got to go down this valley. So here we go. Just making my way down this loose scree, taking my time. Right into a fun group of 5 folks heading up. They also did, I think it's Ragged Peak or Jagged Peak. It was the most prominent peak as we were like heading along Roosevelt Lake, one of the more prominent ones. So it's good to know you can do that one. I might look into doing that our next time out here. Okay, I'm gonna leave this climber's trail now and make my way up to that shelf the way I came. So it was a really cool area up there, so I'm gonna go back. Two of the 3 young lakes, and then down in this little grove of trees. You You might be able to see a little bit of orange from our tent. That's where we are.
Okay, so Brian just radioed that he was out, he could see the tent, so he's just up there. You can kind of just see him waving his arms.
We're reunited. It's mid-afternoon, day 8. We just decided that we're going to hike out tomorrow. So we originally had planned for 9 nights. 8 nights is good. I'm kind of looking forward to doing something in the town somewhere. And then we have a drive to Reno. So this has been a great trip, and we're going to leave a day early instead of just going back to Glen Olin. We've already been there. It's fine. But yeah, so that's the update. We'll probably see you in the morning, unless we see a bear. All right, it's around 7 o'clock. Such a nice night out here. Just sitting by the lake, having a little coffee, and keeping my eyes peeled for maybe a bear. Probably more likely to see a deer, but you never know. I'm just gonna kind of hunker down here for a while and see what might come by for a drink at the lake. Well, no luck with the bears or the deer, but it's so quiet. I think we're the only ones camped at this lake tonight. Only thing I hear is the occasional fish jumping out of the lake to get a bug. Yeah, it's pretty good night out here.